Hey guys, it's Gonzo here. I'm just giving you a quick mod installation tutorial for the next wipe coming up on NoQuit servers. So the first thing you want to do is head over to thunderstore.io, vrisingthunderstore.io, and then just go to the most downloaded tab. So the first mod we're going to install is BepInEx, and you just click manual download. And then let's head over back to the main page. Whetstone, manual download, quick stash, manual download, pop-up totals, and then lastly quick brazier. So if you've downloaded all the mods, you should have 5 mods. And just to clarify, you don't have to install these mods to play on the server. You can join the server without downloading them. It just makes it so that you can use the features on the server. And I'll give a quick explanation on what they all do after we finished installing them. So once you're on your desktop, I generally like creating a folder, and I'll just call it vrising mods. And let's open up our downloads folder, and we should have all 5 over here. And let's also open up the vrising mods folder that we just created. So I like to create folders for all of the mods just to keep it neat and tidy. And the first one we're going to do is BepInEx. And Whetstone. Slash. Pop-up totals. And then lastly, quick brazier. So the first thing you want to do is open up BepInEx and then go into the BepInEx folder, and you just drag all of these files into the BepInEx folder that we created. And you just want to repeat the same thing with all of the others. So open Whetstone. You don't have to go into another folder for this one or the others, it's just BepInEx. Drag over to Whetstone, quick stash, pop-up totals, and quick brazier. So after that's done, let's just do a quick check and make sure everything's been moved over. So in Whetstone, you'll have the Whetstone DLL. You'll have quick stash DLL in the quick stash folder. You'll have quick brazier you'll have quick brazier DLL in the quick brazier folder, and so on for pop-up totals. And in BepInEx it's just a bunch of other stuff that we have to drag in. So starting off with BepInEx, because we need that to install everything else, we're going to head over to our Steam library and then go to vrising. Here it is. Manage. So just right click on vrising, go manage, and then say browse local files. And then we can minimize Steam. So now we'll have your vrising directory and your vrising mods folder that we had made earlier. So we're going to first head into the BepInEx folder, and we're going to take all of these files and drag them into the main directory. So this is you should have dragged over BepInEx, mono, doorstop config, and WinHTTP. So just double check that you have those 4 files in your main directory. So when we go into BepInEx, you can see it's just a config and core file. But as soon as we launch vrising, it's going to start installing the mod. So you can see this black window is going to pop up. It's just installing everything. You can see BepInEx 6.0. and so on. Don't worry about any failures or errors that pop up. It should just go past it. So when you're installing BepInEx, it generally takes the longest out of all of them. Not too long, maybe like a minute. But it won't be that long every time you launch the game. So now that we've launched the game and BepInEx is installed, you can just go ahead and quit. And if we head over to our main directory again and go back into the BepInEx folder, we can actually see it's created all these other folders. And that's how you know if it's worked correctly, because before it was just cache and config, and now it's all of these. So we go over to our other mods that we've installed, and we're going to start with Whetstone because you just need Whetstone for all the other mods to work. So make sure you don't forget about that. So you go into the plugins folder, just once again, main directory of vRising, go into the BepInEx folder, go into plugins, and then in our vRising mods folder, we go into Whetstone and we just drag over the Whetstone DLL. And then we just rinse and repeat basically. Launch vRising. You'll see the black window pop up. And then you can just go ahead and close once the bar is loaded. Same for the rest. Quick stash DLL, launch vRising, and you'll get the black box saying it's installing. So you can actually drag in all the DLLs and then just launch your game once. Aside from the BepInEx, you have to launch your game with the BepInEx once and then close it to install the rest. So you get the plugins folder. But yeah, I find it safer just doing them individually, just so if something goes wrong, you know what caused the issue. Quick Brazier DLL. Head and go back so long. Let's launch vRising again. Exit. Pop-up totals. Drag over the DLL. And then that should be the last one, I believe. So if you've done it right, you should have four mods in your plugins folder. So Whetstone being the first, just so you can download all the others. Make sure you launch after you've downloaded Whetstone, and then the rest can just be put in together if you want to. So let's go ahead and launch vRising for the last time. Just something that I know that frustrates me and might frustrate other people. So every time you launch vRising now, unfortunately, this black box will pop up, but you can just minimize it, and then it minimizes into the vRising executable. So it's actually hidden, and you can see there. So let's just go back into vRising and then just show you what features it added. Okay. So I'm just going to demonstrate Quick Stash being the first. So for Quick Stash, I'm just going to grab some items here from these chests. And then put them in my inventory. So let's say you've come back from a long farming run and you don't want to run around to each chest in your loot room putting stuff back. You can just push tab. You probably don't have to push tab. And then you press G on your keyboard. And then you can see all the items that were in my inventory are now back in the chests. So, like, let's say you have a chest for blood, you have a chest for whatever, it'll just sort it. The next thing is going to be the pop-up totals. So that just adds the ability to see how much of a resource you have in your inventory while mining. So, like, let's say if I hit this tree, that was a bit awkward. Hit this tree, you can see my lumber is being increased on the right-hand side, 126, 134, 143, 144. And if we go into my inventory, we can see I've got 144 wood. And then, yeah, push G, goes into the chests. And then the last thing for quick braziers is that they automatically turn on during daytime when it starts, and they automatically turn off during nighttime when that starts. So I'm just going to quickly make it daytime. How many hours? Let's do 10. Okay, so we can see it's daytime, and the brazier turned on automatically. So if your brazier doesn't turn on, it's probably because you haven't pushed the toggle button. So by default, let me just admin D auth so I don't turn invisible. By default, the button's L. So if I push L now, you'll see it'll turn off. And if I push it again, it'll go back on. And if it's on during the daytime and you've pushed L, that just means that it's going to turn off when nighttime comes. So yeah, do another demonstration, add time. Admin auth, add time. Let's say 9. Okay, and then you can see now it's nighttime and it's gone back off. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a message on Discord. It's just Gonzo in the NoQuit server, or Blades, or Zantra, or whoever. I'm sure they'll help you out or ask me. So there is one, I don't know if it's an issue of the mods or if it's just because the game is buggy, but after I installed them, I found that my game started to crash if I was in exclusive full screen. It doesn't anymore for some reason. I don't know if it's the mods or just the game, but if that does happen to you, you can just fix it by playing the game in full screen windowed, and it's pretty much the same thing. You won't even notice. But yeah, that's it, guys. Enjoy the server, enjoy the wipe. Hopefully this all helped. Cheers.